Hi, boys and girls. I just wanted to share this brand new story with you called Animal Groups. You have it there at your house, and I'm going to read it with you because we didn't have enough copies for Miss Parent and Miss Christie. So let's read through this together, all right? Animal Groups by Jill Esbaum. Photographs by Franz Lanting. So there's a lot of words all around on this book. Animal groups. There's some, I think those are lemurs. Like King Julian. All right, here's the words. I'm sorry, it's hard to see the whole thing. From the jungles of the Amazon to the chilly icebergs of Antarctica, and even in your own backyard, you'll find amazing animals. For many years, I have had the thrill of photographing elephants, butterflies, polar bears, and more. And sometimes I take pictures of the animals alone. But many times I spend time with animals in groups. So this is Franz, the man who took all the pictures in this book. In this book, you'll discover that the name for a group of animals can be surprising. Some groups' names, like herd, might sound familiar to you. Others, like a cackle of hyenas, might sound pretty funny. As you learn these different group names and maybe laugh at a few of them, you'll also have a chance to take a close-up look at these incredible creatures. You'll learn some facts, too, about their habitats and behaviors as together we explore the far reaches of our planet. So this is Franz again, and remember, he took all the pictures in this book. So he's going to tell us about what animals are called when they're in groups. I know that fish are called a school. I wonder what else we'll learn. Coalition of cheetahs. Wide open savannas give cheetahs space to chase. Ooh, that rhymed. Working in twos or threes, cheetahs quickly separate a weak wildebeest or gazelle from its fleeing herd. The prey is no match for these speedy hunters. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this coalition. Then over in the corner, there's a yellow box. It says, "Did you know cheetahs are the world's fastest mammal? To avoid fighting with night hunters like lions and leopards, cheetahs hunt during the day." So there you go. This book is nonfiction. That means it's true. These are facts about animals. So sometimes we read to have fun, and sometimes we read to learn. And so today we're reading to learn. Celebration of polar bears. Oh my goodness, we were just talking about celebrations in our class. Hungry polar bears lumber along, searching for seals by sniffing the frosty Arctic air. Furry feet keep them from slipping on snow and ice. And beneath their thick coats, black skin soaks up the sun's warmth. So that's how they stay warm in the ice. So when there's a group of polar bears, it's called a celebration. So it's not like a party celebration, it's a group of polar bears. Did you know a polar bear's tongue is a dark purplish bluish? I didn't know that. Polar bears can swim for up to a week without stopping. Oh my goodness, they are very strong. That takes a lot of endurance. This one says colony of Atlantic puffins. So this group is called a colony, and they are puffins. Puffins gather on seaside cliffs to hatch and raise their chicks, called pufflings. To feed them, parents dive for dinner, returning to their nesting burrows with fish-stuffed beaks. And when they need to rest, they float on the waves. Did you know that puffins can swim underwater for up to a minute, flapping their wings to push themselves along? Beaks and feet fade to gray in the winter, then turn bright orange in the spring. Oh my goodness. So their feet turn colors. I know the skin changes my color a little bit too, so I guess it's like that. I've always liked puffins. Oh, but sea otters are my favorite. This is called a raft of sea otters. So a group of sea otters is known as a raft, not the kind that you go on in the water. The ocean is a perfect playground for sea otters, thanks to their cozy coats and paddle-shaped paws. Floating on their backs, they wobble with the waves as they clean their fur, munch lunch, or snuggle with their young. Aww. Did you know to keep the water out, an otter can close its ears and nose when it dives? Thanks to its dense coat, 100,000 hairs per square centimeter, a healthy otter skin never gets wet. That's a lot of hair. Wow. I think sea otters are cute. Look, this one's waving at you. A group of zebras is called a zeal. Wonder if you remember what letter that is that starts with zeal. Zeal of zebras. Zebras snort when happy. Greeting each other with ears up. You can see their ears are up. And their faces reaching forward. But when a big cat, a hyena, or a crocodile comes near, a zebra flattens its ears and pulls its head back. Loud whinnies, which is the noise they make, warn friends. Luckily, one powerful kick can turn away a hungry lion. So if they're quick enough and they use their powerful kick, they can get a lion to stop chasing them or stop trying to eat them. Did you know every zebra stripe pattern is different? Kind of like us, our finger, the lines on our fingers are different. So that's kind of cool. Zebras keep friends looking neat by using their mouths to pull loose hair from one another's coat. So remember, they're called the zeal of zebras. I like to say that sound. Zzz. Ooh, beautiful butterflies. So a group of butterflies is called a flight of monarch butterflies. Flitting through sunshine, floating through shadows, this king of the butterflies flutters from flower to flower. At night, thousands cluster under leaves or branches. They hang upside down, wings folded, awaiting the warmth of the morning sun. I seem to remember a different story we read that had an animal hanging upside down when they slept it. I wonder if you can remember what that book was. Did you know monarch babies called larvae eat nothing but leaves of the milkweed plant? Monarchs are the only butterflies that migrate, and that means move when it's cold. So they fly away when it's cold, spending winter in parts of California and Mexico. So they can't live here. It's too cold. and the snow's out. Oh, here are the hyenas. So a group of hyenas is called cackle of hyenas. And that's kind of funny because hyenas cackle. That means laugh. And if you've ever heard a hyena, they kind of do this. It sounds like an evil laugh. Hyenas seem to appear out of nowhere, silently sneaking up on supper. Females rule the group, keeping others in line. With growls and grunts, squeals, whoops, and nervous laughter. So I'm looking at these two and I'm wondering which one is the girl, which one's in charge. Then it says, did you know the hyena has the strongest jaws of any animal? I didn't know that your jaw is right here. And so if you have strong jaws, then your mouth is strong. And a hyena eats every part of its prey, including bones, hooves, and teeth. Oh my goodness. So prey is what the animal eats, and hyenas do eat other animals. And so it's saying that they eat every part of that other animal. I didn't know that. A group of monkeys is called a troop of monkeys. Mona monkeys, that's what kind this is, race from branch to branch, jumping and jabbering. These curious cuties are always on the lookout for a sweet bite of fruit, even when their cheek pouches are already stuffed. When danger nears, they freeze, silent, stare. Did you know monas live in family groups of 40 to 50 monkeys? So I know some of you have big families, and maybe with cousins and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, maybe you have 40 or 50. Maybe you have more or less. Everything they need is in trees: food, family, and cozy sleeping crannies. So they rarely come to the ground. So Mona monkeys live in the trees. These are macaws. A group of macaws is called a flock of macaws. Bright splashes of color through canopy trees. Noisy squawks and screams let the whole neighborhood know who's coming. Macaws. These flying rainbows live in rainforests, sometimes in groups of 100. Hundreds of birds. Wow, that's a lot of birds together. Did you know flocks often gather on the riverbanks and eat clay? I did not know that. Macaws sometimes play catch with their friends, tossing bits of fruit with their beaks. I didn't know that either. So that's the game they play. We like to play catch. Oh, here's the giraffe. So a group of giraffes is called a tower of giraffes. These graceful grazers wander the African savanna. That means they live in the African savanna, nibbling sky-high acacia leaves. When they rest, they crowd close together to stay safe from the lions. Did you know that the heart of a giraffe weighs as much as a car tire? I didn't know that. In a windstorm, a giraffe can close its nostrils to keep out the sand and dust.